Yo, what is going on, everyone? Back with another quick little video about Roblox, your favorite or not so favorite game. So today, and a quick little update that just happened on, July 16th. Unseen Aid is it was a very cryptic update and what it means, and I'm gonna give you guys a little insider info, a little dev info on what exactly it does and the exact percentages on when you will or will not lose a life. Just going to be a basic quick rundown so you understand it a little better. So first things first, it's based on how far you are into your progression. So if you're getting different tiers of class progression, it's going to be less and less. And back to Unseen Aid, basically it's just a chance to not lose a life depending on how early you are into your progression and a couple different other factors that we'll get into in a second here. So at its base, as a fresh spawn, like I am right here in Rags, as a fresh spawn, you have a 40% chance to not lose a life on death. You still do drop all of your items in silver as normal, but just mainly lives, okay? To make permadeath feel a little less game ruining for people that are still struggling early game. So as a base fresh spawn, absolutely nothing going on. It is a 40% chance to not lose a life, okay? Now, it's not very hard to understand. It's pretty simple. I'm just gonna wrap this up. As a super, you lose 10% of that. So once you hit super progression, so all the way from freshie to base and all the way until you get your super class, you have a 40% chance. But once you get your super class, you get minus 10. So now you're at 30% chance. And then once you have Ultra or a Hybrid, which is 2 supers, you lose another 20%. So basically, you have a 10% chance to not lose a life when you're fully maxed out Ultra. Actually, that's a lie. I'm pretty sure you don't have any chance as long as you're an Ultra in PvP combat or a Hybrid. So outside of PvP combat, you have a 10% chance. And there's another factor we'll get into here in a second that will increase your chances. But in just strictly PvP combat, as an Ultra or a Hybrid, you will always lose a life, guaranteed. But back to the basics. So 40% is a freshie. Once you get Super, 30%. Once you get Ultra, 10% outside of PvP combat. Now, if you die to a kill brick, you get a plus 35% chance to not lose a life. So even if you're an Ultra, as long as you're outside of PvP combat and you die to a kill brick, you still have a 45% chance to not lose a life. It's basically a 50-50, which is very forgiving. So if you die to kill bricks, maybe you'll get lucky and maybe it'll feel a little less devastating. And lastly, if you die while a boss is near you, it says within 200 studs, sorry, to be exact, but while a boss is near you, it's a minus 20% chance. And this means actual boss, not anything with like a health bar, but like actual boss being, the lizard in the sewers, or the probably jungle golem. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the exact specifics, but definitely like actual bosses, Mifune, Diego, of course, stuff like that. If it drops a chance to have a life shard, actually, so probably not jungle golem either. So if you've gotten a life shard, or you know a boss that does drop life shards, that would count as a boss, for example. And you lose 20% on that if I didn't say that earlier. So I hope that makes some sense. Do some quick math, So if you're a fresh spawn, as long as you're not dying to a boss, as long as you're not dying to a boss, and you die to a kill brick, you have a 2 in 3 chance of not losing your life. So it's pretty forgiving, especially when you're early. Of course, it's a little RNG based, but it's honestly a lot more forgiving than a lot of permadeaths you'll find on the platform. So I hope everyone gets some clarity from this. Everyone has a little bit more fun. And honestly, I just hope everyone enjoys the game, because that's the main goal. At the end of the day, it's a game. Devs are trying their best. Everyone just wants everyone else to have fun. So hope this helps everyone that are struggling in the early game. And thank you. Peace out. Thank you for watching.